Hi, I'm Carol Andrews for another episode of Southwest TV News. Here are some of the stories coming up on today's show. The Cypress and Five Hills health regions continue their investigation into a case of hepatitis A in a Saskatchewan resident. With the branding ceremony completed, the 76th annual Frontier Days was officially launched, kicking off 4 days of exciting entertainment. As Swift Current marks its centennial in 2014, 2 Southwest residents have also reached a milestone and were honored during a special presentation. Thanks for joining us here today. Hepatitis A is in the provincial spotlight following a case at a Riverhurst business. We have more in today's top story. The Cypress and Five Hills health regions continue their investigation into a case of hepatitis A in a Saskatchewan resident who was a patron of the Mainstay Inn and Restaurant in Riverhurst between June the 1st and 22nd. According to health officials, the site has been thoroughly inspected and is now safe to stay and dine at, with the initial cause stemming from the following area.
Well, the investigation is still ongoing, but certainly there was potential contact with food in the establishment in that period or that window between 1st and 22nd. Well, many a time the symptoms will start with fatigue, sometimes with fever, headache, and muscle aches kind of thing. Then the more conclusive signs would be darkening of the urine, yellowing of the whites of the eyes, yellowing of the color of the skin if you're light-skinned, and more pale stools. Those are the more classic symptoms.
Tor further adds that cases of hepatitis A are more prevalent in other countries, hence why travelers are advised to get their Twinrex or Havrix vaccinations ahead of time. And whether you're here at home or abroad, proper hand washing comes into play.
Well, the thing is that we don't have so much hepatitis A within our region or within our province because we have a lot of systems in place. Disposal of sewage, because this infection will be passed through the stools, and so we have good sewage disposal systems throughout the region and province, and these are monitored through public health. We have good water systems for the most part, and where there are water systems that are not really good for consumption or drinking or not safe, many a time between environment and public health you will see signs put up that do not drink this water or boil your water first. And of course, always emphasizing hand hygiene and cleanliness, and then, again, public health through the inspection department, food handling facilities or facilities that do food prep and service for the public are regularly inspected.
If you'd like more information on hepatitis A in general, or to discuss your time spent at the Mainstay Inn and Restaurant between June 1st and 22nd with the health region, contact the following toll-free line. Southwest TV News is hitting the road with our annual Summer Around the Southwest tour, covering a variety of exciting events across the region. The Southwest TV News Summer Around the Southwest tour is proudly brought to you by Innovation Credit Union. Imagine the possibilities. The annual Frontier Days in Swift Current saw another busy weekend, coinciding with the Centennial. We have more in this special report. This Southwest TV News Summer Around the Southwest feature is proudly brought to you by Innovation Credit Union. Imagine the possibilities. With the branding ceremony completed, the 76th annual Frontier Days was officially launched, kicking off 4 days of exciting entertainment. a Western tradition which has been adopted from other events such as agribition.
Well, we did it last year, and so we're doing it again this year, and it's kind of a great kickoff. Mayor Schaefer did a good job. He had a real good brand. I think we'll bring him out to the branding at our ranch next year.
Throughout the weekend, Frontier Days offered an array of activities for the entire family, from the classic rodeo, livestock shows, to the midway. With the main highlight, the always popular Frontier Days Parade, which saw spectators lining the streets to catch a glimpse of the over 125 entries from Swift Current and outlying communities. Coinciding with Frontier Days was Swift Current Centennial Homecoming Weekend, which started with a welcome home get-together in the Siga tent. A highlight which Saskatchewan's Premier Brad Wall and the MLA for Swift Current was pleased to be a part of.
Well, it's the center for Southwest Saskatchewan. We've had a lot of exports all over Canada and the world who've done on great things in the arts and culture and business, created a lot of jobs, and then we have the community itself here that's growing now and just providing a great center for this region of the province.
The downtown core also offered non-stop entertainment, welcoming current and past residents home for the Centennial. Memorial Park was a hub of activity with a family fun center, offering games, face painting, food, and more. A showcase event which corporate sponsor Stark & Marsh was eager to participate in, with 30 staff volunteering for the day.
Well, I think at the end of the day, you know, we're a member of the community and have been for a long period of time. I mean, our history dates back to 1921, and you start talking about 100 years as a city, I guess we've been involved in a lot of it. So, you know, we thought this is what a better opportunity to kind of help out the community, put on an event, and just another opportunity for people to come out to enjoy one of the parks in Swift Current. There's so many of them, and they're all so beautiful. You know, what a great opportunity to do it. So it's a lot of fun.
And as Market Square offered patrons an array of entertainment, food, and other vendors, car enthusiasts were drawn to the Zero block of Central Avenue for the show and shine. Joan Jackson of Cabery and her 2010 Chevy Camaro stood out at the show, a car which has a sentimental meaning for Joan.
It actually belonged to my fiance that passed away a couple of years ago, and he put a lot of aftermarket additions onto the car, like the Lamborghini doors, and he got it supercharged. And then he took it to Saskatoon to Performance Plus, and they put a meth injection system on it. So it'll run about 600 horse or more now, so it doesn't take long to get that car up to many miles an hour in a very short period of time. Then when it's about 14 years from now, it goes to his grandson. So he will inherit a very well-kept vehicle.
A full schedule of activities throughout the weekend, including Indians baseball out at Mitchell Field, while showcasing Swift Current's welcoming spirit and community pride.
Well, you know what, I think we're overflowing with community spirit, and that's almost the case week in, week out in Swift Current. I mean, we saw it last weekend with the Kite Festival, and this weekend, of course, and this has been years in the making.
Frontier Days and the Centennial Homecoming Weekend all honored long-standing traditions, welcomed home former alumni, and looked towards the future.
Well, I think it's important for us to recognize Swift Current for the city that it is. It's it's a great little city, and people comment on that all the time, whether they're from Swift Current or they are driving through. They always say, "What a great little city," And so I think it's good for us to recognize that and just think about where we've come from and some of the hurdles and challenges that we've overcome, and move looking forward to the future. Right? That's what it's all about, is building something better for the future.
Swift Current's year-long Centennial Celebrations will culminate on November 29th with a light parade, coinciding with the DBA's Christmas tree lighting. Two Southwest Saskatchewan residents have reached a milestone by celebrating their 101st birthday, and the occasion was marked during a special ceremony at the Swift Current Museum. As Swift Current marks its centennial in 2014, two Southwest residents have also reached a milestone and were honored during a special presentation. Ida Brecken and Ann Robbins turned 101 earlier this year and shared an afternoon celebration complete with cake at the Swift Current Museum. And as each of the centurions were presented their plaque of recognition from the city of Swift Current, They were taken aback by being the center of attention.
I was surprised, and yet I didn't expect it. I had no idea just what to expect. And I just thought, that sounds exciting. And it has been, believe me. It's a day I won't forget.
While visiting with family and friends throughout the afternoon, Anne and Ida shared their secret of longevity at the age of 101.
Well, working hard and being good to people and had a lot of good friends, I guess. People, we didn't have as good as easy as they have it now, but I think it was good for us to work hard.
I think I call myself a prairie chicken. And I think it's just a plain, simple living on the homestead where everything was pure, lots of exercise, no junk food, and just enjoying the plain country living.
A celebration which the Swift Current Centennial Committee saw as a natural fit, bringing together the true historians of the region.
And really, these ladies, and such classy ladies, they're representative of the city and its development over 100 years. And when you think of that, you think of the kind of the founding group, the First Nations who lived on the banks of the Swift Current Creek. And then all the immigrant groups who came to Swift Current and in fact made it the outstanding community that it has become. And so we saw these ladies as being representative of that history. And no two finer people, I would say, than these two ladies.
Ida Brecken and Ann Robbins, two of the many residents over the years who have shared in the making of Swift Current's history. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at MyLocalTV.ca. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.